So it's day 3 and we're about to leave the hotel. I must be honest, on this fast I feel like I'm stuck out. Just a loose weight and they just wear whatever. But yeah, that's not important. It's day 3. Let's get to it.
Now if you feel the world's against you, KitaShines can help you.
Ladies, can I show you how to get the perfect husband? So single ladies, where you at? I'm about to give you the key to finding the perfect husband. So we're gonna sit down and we're gonna write us a list, right? We're gonna put everything that we want on that list. I want him to have a credit score 8,000. We're gonna put everything that we want in that man on that list, right? And we're gonna become the list. Say that again.
Glory to God. Glory to God. Somebody, Father, I'm calling for it so in the name of Jesus.
To have a perfect credit score in your score. He should be doing the same thing. No, I'm saying I need to be doing the same thing as a single man. When we get together, we about to bust this thing wide.
It's sweet,
That
though.
was good right there. I think what we want is an asset and not a liability.
Yep.
You want an asset and not a liability. You want him to be an asset, you want to be an asset, but they can be different assets. What my wife is good at is totally different from what I'm good at. And you gotta be okay with letting each other share the shine. Share the shine, because what a man really wants to know is, what do I give you that you can't get anywhere else? And if you can't answer that question, if you're hell-bent on showing me how much you don't need me, then you don't create a place to receive me. Show me what you get from me that I know you can bring it and make it, you can fry it up in a pan, you can buy your own house, you can do all that. That's great, wonderful. What do you not get? Because men need to feel needed. And so we need to know, if you want to take the mask off, take the makeup off, lay your head back, because as a leader, being a man that stopped you from wanting to let it all go somewhere and release, that doesn't mean I'm not going to pick it back up in the morning, but if I'm your Hawaii, if I'm your retreat, if I'm your emotional reservoir, if I'm the one you can curl up with and be vulnerable with, if you want me to listen at your bridge, create a space. Even God will not dwell where we don't create a space for him. So when you start talking about man created in the likeness and image of God, as was woman, then you also realize that we need a space. What do you value about me? Not what's wrong with me. I already know what's wrong with me. That's why I do the dumb stuff that I do, trying to self-medicate what's wrong with me. I don't need to bury my critic. But you need to, am I right?
That's all good. That's all good. You know, preach, Mr.
I don't need you to make me feel worse about me. Yes, be honest with me. Yes, be transparent with me. But probably whatever it is I'm doing wrong, I am doing it wrong because of my low self-esteem. That it's not about you. It's not about what you did do all the time. It's about what's going on in me and how I choose to self-medicate my own trauma. So as we go through this, part of my healing is predicated upon understanding why you want me around. What is it that you value about me? Maybe I think it's sex and maybe it's not sex. Maybe it's communication. Maybe it's my listening. Maybe it's because I make you laugh. Maybe because I make you laugh, I bring you joy. Whatever it is, verbalize it. Because when you tell me that, I swell up, I get bigger, I get stronger, I get sure of myself, I get healed, I get confidence. I nurse at the breast milk of your wisdom. I am fulfilled in that spot. I started my life in your womb. It is not strange to feel your void. But I need to know what void do I feel, not because you are weak or lesser than, but because then I have purpose in you. And wherever I have purpose in you, I have passion in you. You show me a woman who knows how to make a man feel valuable, and I'll show you a woman that's got a man. She will have a man. I don't care how big she gets. I don't care what she wears. I don't care what she drives. I don't care what she looks like. If she knows how to create a space that makes him feel that he fits, then she will always draw him away from everybody else because we go to those who applaud our entry.
As men, don't we also need to create the space where we're also valuing too? Because in certain situations, you know, the people that come to me for help, they're doing that. Women are doing that. And as men, like I remember one time I was in a group therapy, you know, and it came up that I was still dealing with the trauma of losing my father. My father died when I was 9 years old with a heart attack when he was 36, he was an alcoholic. And in this couples therapy, they were saying, oh, well, maybe that's still bothering you. And I said, no, it's not. No, I'm good, I'm healed, I'm straight. And I pointed the finger, no, that's the problem. Instead of looking at me. And so as a result of me not looking at my own trauma, I wasn't able to fully reciprocate what was being given to me. So it wasn't until I said as a man, Devon, who do you want to be? Either you're going to look in the mirror and work on healing and face the parts of you that you don't want to see, or you're going to continue to allow people to pour into you, but you're a broken heart.
And how old were you when that happened? How old were you when you came to that conclusion?
Just a few years ago.
And what age? Just give me a number.
40.
Okay, point being, it takes time to grow up.
Yes, it does.
Whether you're a man or a woman, it takes a lifetime to figure yourself out. And just when you got it all figured out, you change.
That's right.
Jesus.
About relationships. I wanted this to be more about relationships, but here we are. But what do you think your generation knows about partnership and relationships that this generation doesn't understand?
Well, you're going to get me in trouble.
Okay, never mind, because we ain't going to Bible. We don't want to go no Bible. We don't know rules.
I think that, I'll say it this way. I think that we made a lot of mistakes in our generation. A lot of them, a whole list of mistakes. We were the children of the civil rights movement. Okay, so we had an obligation to own property in the neighborhoods our parents fled for. Okay, so we were so busy trying to prove to our parents that we had value and that we took advantage of a chance that they did not get. And sometimes we were not as available or verbal or present as we should have been. So let me first start with that and acknowledge that we are a part of your trauma. And the reason that we don't understand your trauma is that we had such more obvious trauma and we were not taught to express that trauma. That we don't understand why you need to be verbal about something that we buried and survived. Okay? Am I right? Come on, old folks, don't leave me out here by myself. So, what I have realized is tough times, bad times, outhouses, whole houses, floor furnaces, leaky roofs, double jobs, being called boy. Tough times create strong men. Good times create vulnerable men. I won't call them weak men, but they're vulnerable. Boys who are cuddled and coddled by women don't see responsibility, work, boss, coach as love. They only recognize cuddling as the only form of love. And this is a distinction. Our absenteeism from the home created a boy who is stuck in a stage where he calls his girlfriend mama, he calls his house the crib, he doesn't take the responsibility that he ought to take. He's living in the moment, he's been advertised to blame. All he sees is blame. Rappers, hip-hop, preachers, whatever kind of blame each word choose, all he saw was blame. And he has not had the serious conversations that your youth is fleeting. You're not going to be 30 but a minute. You're only going to be 40 for a second. So he's living in this moment like he can count on it. He doesn't know it's going to pass away. And what my generation knows is that your knee is going to be swollen in a minute. Your stomach is going to be sticking out in a minute. You're going to go through a change in your life where the things you are proud of are going to be challenged. And if you don't diversify your focus and your attention and your interest, you're going to be bitter. So you sleep around. Because that's the only place where you get to be told you're good at it. And whatever tells you you're good at it, that's what you're going to gravitate to. So the boy needs to, and I'm not saying it's the woman's job to make me feel good at it. The boy, it takes a while. He's talking about 40. You know how many women he had between birth and 40?
Not that many.
In the process of growing up, like when you birth a baby, you leave blood behind you. In the process of giving birth, in the process of becoming a man, there's going to be a trail of blood in some way. Financially, emotionally, substance abuse, anger issues, in some kind of way. Just like you left a trail of blood. And you applaud each other for surviving your trauma and landing on your feet. We need women who recognize, yeah, I was a dog, I barked at the moon, I howled at the sun, but I'm evolving, and let's celebrate what I have done, and know the difference between a developing man and a toxic relationship.
Break that down.
They look very similar, it's like wheat and tear. They look very similar. Michelle Obama tells us better than anybody. It takes time to have a good marriage. Yes. You all think that you can have a big wedding, and it means you have a big marriage. I don't care how much you spend on the wedding. You can have 12 horses bring you in to a crescendo by a symphony. The marriage is going to take time, and the first 5, 6, 7 years, like a child, are the formative years.
But what can we see before the marriage? Because when you say it takes time to know the difference between a developing man and a toxic man, you know, some of us, the way the clock is clocking, don't necessarily want to wait, 5 to 6 years to see the difference. Are there any early signs?
But you know what? We spend more time playing the wedding than we do playing the marriage.
Right, but the signs,
we do, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see those signs, but sometimes we ignore it. If he's
already spoke to, you have to be able to see how a man reacts in different situations. Just enough time to see how he's going to react to different people. My wife got to see how I took care of my mother. So she knew that she was going to be able to have a reliable, consistent man just from that. We didn't have to date for 5, 10 years. I didn't have to string her along for her to be able to see that. I gave her enough time to see how I treat my mom, how I treat my sisters, my nieces. And I don't treat you well. I'm up here voting for you. Children, not now. We'll talk about that later.
But you know what? Can I add this? Look,
Oh, this is a proud moment.
I think what I've learned is I need to show more fruits of what I've been doing. And I think ladies need to start identifying the fruits. Stop dating potential, but start dating the fruits of what I've done. And so those signs you'll see, if the fruit is sour, if it's off, if it's old, then you'll see, okay, wait, pause. But if you see love, if you see compassion, if you see a man growing and evolving and owning and killing something, that's his fruit. But if he has nothing, why are you dating that? I'm gonna say, if you decide to date nothing fruit, it's not really his problem, that's your problem as well. And so, if I show you who I am and you date that person, that is just as much as your problem as it is mine. But if you're looking for, like you said, to avoid the toxic side, to date a healthy side, date the fruit. Prime example, Sarah, you met me when I was making $24,000 a year. You know how many people said, oh, he has no fruit? They didn't know. I planted my seed. And I think oftentimes we tend to miss men because we don't see the fruit per se, but are they planting seed? And if they're planting seed, date the fruit.
That's relationship. That's relationship. If you get that, that's good. How you doing? What's going on with you? Are you okay? If you don't have that, you don't have the right person.
You know,
if your evolution is going to threaten you, then maybe we're not in the best situation. Honestly, you're evolving to better. So if that threatens our relationship, there's something wrong with our relationship. Or there's something wrong with my past where you trigger me because I'm insecure. Because maybe my mother left me, and now you're changing on me, and now I'm reacting not because you did anything wrong, but it's a trigger for me because I've been just as traumatized as you have. I just expressed it differently. Some of the things that got on your nerves about me was my trauma.
Yeah.
So recognize male trauma shows up differently at the table.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir. No, this you. Go ahead.
Well, no, I want to talk about male trauma for a minute. Because when we talk about women who are having deep conversations about their trauma, it's being exposed, we're having conversations about shame and resiliency and strength, and it does not appear that these types of conversations are happening and directed towards men. How do we as women who are on an engaged journey of healing deal with, be in relationship with, collaborate with men who are not aware necessarily of their trauma or trauma responses, but we can see it. But I don't want to be your therapist, I don't want to be your mother, I don't want to be nagging, but I can tell you should probably talk to someone about those abandonment issues, and maybe you should talk to someone about those rejection issues. Maybe living the way that you lived growing up is the reason why we can't connect now, but I don't want to antagonize that person in the process. How do we deal with that?
Let me jump in here just for 1 second. I'm gonna shut up just for 1 second. Ask questions, don't make statements. This is the most valuable information in my brain. Ask questions. Don't come in the room with the answer. Ask us questions and give us time to answer because we are not as prone to verbalize our emotions as quickly as you do. So ask questions. We may have to process because maybe you're asking me something I haven't been willing to ask myself. And I may come back 2 days later and say, you know, you asked me the other day, and I said something to you because I was thinking we have restaurants, they travel at different speeds, we process emotion differently, and if you go home and ask him questions, then what all a therapist really does is help you find the answer that was already inside of you. I don't want you to mother me and tell me what I ought to do. I want you to ask me questions till I ask myself those questions and come back with the right answer.
And what a therapist will also do is help you find the right emotion. Because sometimes what we'll do as men, we pick the wrong emotion. Really, I'm hurt, but my anger speaks up.
Yeah, come on.
Really, my feelings were hurt, but because how we've been raised, don't punk out, be tough. My emotions say, I'm mad, but really, you hurt my feelings. But sometimes the space isn't created for me to tell you, my feelings are hurt. And I don't want you to judge me and think I'm weak. So I use anger as the emotion.
And don't rush to answer. For me, I love what Bishop J said, ask the question. I've been asked several questions, and I'm silent because I'm processing. And when I get around men like Devon, men like Bishop, I ask those questions out loud to someone wiser to help me process that information. So that way, if I'm silent and I don't answer it then, it doesn't mean it's not important. It's something that I'm gut checking myself. I don't know the answer. I may go see my therapist, but I'm going to see my therapist and I'm going to call Devon. Hey, Devon, baby girl said this. Is she crazy? What is wrong with this woman? But Devon was like, nah, she ain't crazy. That's a serious question. Let's dissect that answer. Then I'll come back to baby girl. You remember that question you asked me last week? Remember that question you asked me last month? Here's the answer. And when he gives you that answer, don't attack the answer. Maybe ask another question, but don't attack the answer. Because the moment you attack me, I'm going to go back and I'm going to, oh, wait a minute. The bomb was wrong. Therapist was wrong. And I just think if you create that space and allow us to be ourselves and evolve with you, you'll get a better man. Don't do it, Bishop! Oh! Yes, sir!
Please don't interrupt me. It took me 2 months to put the sentence together. Would you please shut up and let me
That's true. You know we be sitting thinking, what am I, should I say it like this?
Right.
Maybe I want to take it now, I can have you talk. Maybe we actually stop and think about this stuff. We sit and ponder, how should I bring it to her?
But here's the problem. Come on, let's go. Here's why you can't interrupt us. Because if we don't get through a complete thought, we can't give you our honest answer. So if you go halfway through and interrupt us, now I gotta respond to that, and I wasn't prepared for that. I was prepared for this whole thing, now I gotta guess. Let me go back, come on, she said this, go back. Can I please finish my statement? Just let us do that and we'll be better, man.
Not to interrupt anyone up here. Anthony, since you jumped out there and was like, is she crazy and all of that stuff, I want to ask you a question on behalf of the single ladies. Devon, I'm going to leave you out of this because you're fresh, but if you need some backup, he's back up. Anthony, I have a lot of women in my life. Some of them are married. Some of them have gone through some, relationship changes, and some of them have not been in a serious relationship in a long time. Many of them are open to marriage. They want to have partnership and to build their life with someone. What I am hearing from outside as an insider is that when they are out here dating, that the men want to build careers, they want to be married, but they want to get to a certain point in their career, but the woman wants to help them build, and so they're in this holding pattern because he's trying to get his life together, but he wants her to wait until he gets his life together. And so when you said, what's wrong with you? Is she crazy? I was wondering, what's wrong with y'all out here in these single streets? Because we are a little worried that the man thing appropriately, and since you were so vocal and vulnerable with your experience of other women, I thought maybe you would have
You're on your own on this one.
the question again?
Too many words.
You know what though? I'm not gonna fake it. I was that guy, sir. I was that guy that was like, I need to get to a certain level before I can be serious in a relationship. I'm gonna steal something from Devon and yours and Devon's conversation. It was because I was looking at her as an accessory, but not as an asset. And at this season of my life, I realized I'm very successful today. But if I would have recognized years ago that she was an asset sent to me by God, I would be a lot further than where I am today. And so I'm not gonna sit here and fake it and act like it's no. Men, we have some evolving to do as well. And what I've learned from listening to Bishop, being in his small group sometimes, and Devon and other people, I messed up because when I saw a woman, oh, she's just gonna be a good-looking thing next to me. When I realized God fearfully and made her, put that education inside of her, put that business idea inside of her, gave her all those gifts, gave her all those talents, that's for me as well. And so I'm gonna say it like this, brothers, ladies, I'm sorry because we have messed up. But there's nothing wrong with it, Sarah. Don't say that. We're still good men. We just got some evolving to do as well. And let me say this too. I'm Pastor Devon, my brother who I have my back. If you got my back, married man got my back. All right. Here's another reason why. And I'm gonna be real, he said be real. The reason why I had that philosophy is because in this generation of ladies, all we hear is you gotta be 6 foot and make over 6 figures. And so when men hear that does intimidate some men. If they're school teachers, winning only making $75,000. So for me, I tell all my brothers, if you're winning in your purpose, if you're winning in your God-given assignment, your wife is on the way to be the best $75,000 man you can be. And watch it when she comes, you're not just making 75, you're making 7 million.
From my vantage point, it really comes down to, does that man want to be of service or be served? And that is, in my experience, when you talk about toxicity, if I as a man demand that everything serves me, and I am not of service, it's reciprocal, right? But if I'm saying, no, everything has to serve me, and if you don't serve me the way I want to be served, I may not respect you. I may not value you, I may not create a safe space. In my experience as men, we are created to be of service. That's what we are created to do. So when you're looking at traits, you can have a developing man that still has a heart of service. And that to me is what's being missed, because so often toxicity has a lot to do with the demand that we put on somebody to be something to us that we're not to ourselves. To do something for us that we don't do for ourselves. And for me as a man, don't get me wrong, do I want to be served? Of course. But I believe my disposition has to be one of being of service if we're trying to identify what's toxic and what isn't.
And I totally agree with that. I totally, absolutely agree with that. I think that's really important. The other thing I would say to the women in the room, has you ever finished anything? Has you ever finished anything? I mean anything, not anything. A high school diploma, a GED. Did you finish picking up the trash? Did you finish anything? Or do you have a list of beginnings with no endings? Because a man who has a list of beginnings with no endings is just trying to add you to the list.
Commitment to being a finisher, that commitment to the purpose is the thing that then attracts a woman. But then the commitment to the purpose sometimes becomes an obstacle. Well, why are you spending so much time? Why are you spending so much time? Why are you not spending time with me? It is so important that when you find a finisher, that the same thing that attracts you to the finisher is the same thing that keeps you with the finisher. Because that man is on purpose. And that should not be an obstacle to a relationship, it should be an asset to
You're
it.
absolutely right.
Right.
Which is why I said it takes time to find balance.
That's right.
You don't find balance in the first 3 years. You don't find balance in the first 3 years. There are going to be times you're out of balance. There's going to be times that the kids get more of you than the wife does. There's going to be times that the career gets more of you than the homeless. You're not going to get it right every time. Nor do women. And we have to forgive each other for not getting it right all the time. But what you want to see is incremental progresses on both sides.
Consistency.
Consistency. And that's the reason finishing is important is my confidence deals with my accomplishments. And I don't need so many people to validate me as my resume gets longer.
Right.
And I did this, I got that done. I accomplished this. And then the second question, besides does he finish things, can he handle multiple things simultaneously? They may not be in balance, they may not be 50-50 all the time, it may be 60-40, but are there moments that he says, you know what, I've been working overnight, I've been working on the film set, I've been working on building the house, I've been doing it, I miss you. If he never gets around to you, you're not important to him.
Bishop, that comes, I know he said what men need, but what women need is a man that's well-rounded. They need a man that can go outside, kill a line, change a flat tire, come in, cook you dinner, make love to you, and have breakfast in the morning. They need a well-rounded man.
But let me understand what you're saying. I love this you're saying. I encourage you to it. Look at how that man finishes. If he finishes by himself and he have no one else rise with him, that's a selfish man. Everything I see Bishop Jakes has done, how he's finished, I see everyone around him has benefited from him finishing. Has been able to start something and build something and then bring something up with that as well. So it all goes back to the fruit of how you finish.
Yeah, which gets down to, am I building a kingdom for myself? Or have I learned the childhood propensity to share? We grew up in an age where it meant something plays well with others. Finishes assignment.
Yeah.
When you talk to people about pro-life, they talk about, yeah, you believe in Jesus, and he rose from the dead on the third day, then he comes back on the cloud, and first coming in the morning, then he's going to go and cover his eyes. You can believe all of that and still bounce your checks.
Woo!
You can believe all of that and still say to me what I want to hear and not what is true to you. You can believe theologically in God and be the poorest husband on the planet. Just because I speak in tongues doesn't mean that I'm willing to share my stage, my strength, myself with you. Just because I can sing and everybody gets the Holy Ghost when I open my mouth to sing, that does not make me a good husband. Let's stop confusing talent with character.
Okay, we're almost out of time, but I want to ask you this question. So when we first started the idea of having a men's panel, there were some women who were like, why would we invite men to this?
I appreciate it, man.
And
I like the men then.
part of the reason why we got that response from a lot of women who welcomed it, is the reality that many women have experienced trauma at the hands of men. Whether it's resentment in the workplace because a man can do half as much and get more money, more credit, more promotions than she gets, or in a home life where the man isn't showing up or is not there at all, or she has childhood father wounds because a man not being in her life. So much so that the very idea of having a conversation or witnessing a conversation with men makes her wall go up. It makes her feel armored. She no longer feels safe. I'm wondering, for those women who are in this room and they're hearing your experiences, recognizing that much of our wisdom comes from mistakes or learning things after the fact, what would you say to to the woman who has been a victim at the hands of a man in any number of capacities, recognizing that there could be a possibility that you've been complicit in a woman's hurt as well. If you could say something to that hurt, say something to that woman that acknowledges a role that has been played, what would it be?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Can y'all say a little bit more than that?
Well, understanding that we've been part of the problem. Men understanding that we've caused that hurt.
Yes. We understand it because we have been both perpetrators and victims. You have to understand that your perpetrator was somebody's victim. I'm not making excuses for it. I'm just explaining them so that you will have context between the bitterness you have with your boyfriend and managing the love you have for your son, who is going to grow up and act like his daddy. Okay, so you have to understand, you defend us as our mothers, and you resent us as our spouses or girlfriends. But your spouse is somebody's baby.
Yes.
And you have to understand that. But I'm not making excuses. The reason I started with I'm sorry is that the best answer to give to injustice is I'm sorry. I get it. Understanding, however, yes, there has been male privilege. We're always talking about white privilege. There has been male privilege in the workplace, in the home, even in the Bible. There is male privilege, even in theology, even in the pulpit. There is male privilege in the courtroom, in the boardroom, in the business room, in the corporate room. There's a good old boys club that operates and that exists that needs to be torn down. But in the process of tearing it down, we don't know how to open up the door and let women in appropriately. And we have to learn how to let them in appropriately because we make decisions and business decisions I'm talking about in situations where you might not even be there. You might not even be there because you're off to the mother thing and we're over there doing a deal over in the corner in a football game or over business over lunch. You might not.
All of us to grow up. Where is that line between I'm trying to support him and be loyal while he's growing up versus like I'm being dragged through the mud, it's thing after thing, I'm being disrespected, I'm tired, I don't have a safe space to become another responsibility and not a partner, and I'm waiting for him to grow up, but I've been waiting so long that I feel like I'm using the energy to prop him up that could be used to propel me into my destiny. Like, where is that line? Because I do think that part of the frustration that we are experiencing with women is that, yes, I want to be a safe space, but Black women have been the safe space for men for so long that they're ready to enter into a space in soft girl era. We raised kids when the men left. We did what no one else would do. Our back was against the wall. I don't think that Black women have a problem creating safe spaces for our families, our communities, or whoever sits, the church board. Like the safe space of a Black woman is something that has been proven. When do Black women get a safe space from a Black man?
Isn't asking the same question you're asking and feeling the same way you're feeling, and you're propping me up in one way and I'm propping you up in another. If I am not adding value to you in some way, it may not be in the same way that you are superior. And yes, you are the backbone of our community, the backbone of our family. You are the strength of our stride. You are our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our families. We absolutely adore you. I, for one, will go to war for you right now. And frankly, that does not mean I'm perfect. That does not mean I'm flawless. All the things that you celebrate, a place of forgiveness, a place of restoration, a place of renewal, those are all things that we need. And we need that too. We need that too. And so we need to be able to find that in you, and we need to be able to find that in us. If you don't in some way see where I am adding value and I'm exhausted and I am creating a safe place, whether it's a roof over your head, a keeper of your secrets, a protector from you and your family. If I am not in some way standing in between you and a lion, then you didn't marry a gladiator, you married a frog. Stay away from frogs. You cannot pick us by biceps, triceps, and all that stuff. It's good, it's wonderful, but it also may be a sign of narcissism, where I'm more into me than I am into you. And sometimes the very things that attract you end up repelling you. Watch how I treat other people I love. Watch how I handle my family. Watch how I handle my mother. Watch how I deal with anger and hurts and failures. Watch how I treat the busboy, the bellhop, the maid, the waiter. Watch how I treat people I think I don't need. Watch how I treat people that ain't cute. Watch how I treat people when I'm not on a booty call. Watch how I go out to people. Yes, this is your father. I'm gonna come back in a minute. Yeah, you need to understand that because when you cease to be my prey and I cease to be a pursuant of you, will I still be there if you gain weight, if you lose a kidney, if your leg doesn't work, if you run back up against the wall? Your mother says to me, you know, I would like to be able to feel better about that. My knee is hurting and I have to walk in every cane. I said, I will roll you.
It ain't okay.
I will roll you right up on this stage. I will bring you up here in a stretcher. I don't care what you come in. I will come in by your side. If he's not talking to you like that, he is not the right one.
You've been preaching about being one-of-one, and it's been something that's been really helpful and instrumental to a lot of people. And I'm just wondering, before we close out, if you would just take the time to pray that one-of-one prayer over these women as they're going back into their homes, they're going back into their workplaces, their cities, and they may be questioning whether or not they can maintain this sense of wholeness that they have experienced, but they want to be committed to really walking in something new.
Before he plays and prays and shuts it down, I had a little surprise I wanted to present to you.
Now, the last time you did this, how did you have a surprise at women in your home?
I know, it's your meeting, but it's not a surprise.
He's been a better father.
Yeah. It just commemorates what happened last year. She hates it when I do anything that makes her cry. I'm not trying to make you cry, but I'm trying to honor her already. Yeah. I'm trying to honor what we did years ago, last year. Last year, I told a story that when you were a little girl and you got cold, I would pull my car over to the side of the road to wrap you up in a coat, and which cost me a coat that I only wore one time. And you said you actually wanted to keep my coat, which my coat was really just, symbolic. But I lost my coat. Now I got a pair of pants and no coat. But I thought since you're going to keep it, we would present it to you on your first 40,000 woman-involved event. With thousands of women from around the world showing that what started out with passing the mic ended up becoming passing the mantle. Every time you look at this, we want you to remember this is commemorative. And it says, look it up for you guys. It says, Woman Guard moves to grand finale September 2022, Atlanta, Georgia. It's presented to you officially so that you will always be able to archive. I got you covered, baby.
because I've been cool with them all weekend. We've been crying and snotting and everything else. But thank you. I have words later about this moment and what it means to me, but thank you so much for your covering. I love you. All right, D, now you really got to.
Okay, all right. Can you just put your ones in the air? Can you just do this for me? This means that you are one of one. You are God's unique creation. There will be none before you and there are none after you. I pray right now, if you're listening to this prayer, that you would know that God loves you, that God cares for you. I pray that you would know the pain you've been through is a down payment on the purpose being delivered to you. I pray that you would know, if you're listening to this prayer, you're not here by divine, you're not here by accident, you're here by divine appointment. You are one of one, you are valuable, you are worthy.